Hello and welcome to Mint. I'm Kaizad Adajania. Sharjah's national carrier Air Arabia flies to more number of destinations in India than any other international airline. In case if you're wondering what's the number is 13. It's even more than Emirates Airlines. So what exactly makes Air Arabia tick, and why is India such an important destination? Our aviation correspondent PR Sanjai caught up with the Group Chief Executive Officer of Air Arabia to know the details. Sanjay, hi, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Why do you think India is such an important destination for Air Arabia?
For any international airline, India is a important market. India is the ninth largest aviation market, and we expect that it will be one of three important markets by 2020. So for any carriers, India features top. In China and India features on the top, because the 1.2 billion population, and in even just one person fly. If you take total 65 million. So if you take one traveler is taking 20 flights a year, that means only one person are flying. So the potential is huge. So for any carrier, India is a key market.
And also, your story says something very interesting about how Air Arabia flies, the only international carrier to be flying out of Jaipur and Nagpur. Yeah. So you have Air Arabia flying to destinations that other airlines wouldn't normally.
Exactly. That's a brilliant strategy by Air Arabia. Where usually, say for example, British Airways flies 45 flights a week, and they connect 5 metros. So largely for an international airline, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Bangalore, they are the key cream of the passenger traffic. But when all other carriers like Lufthansa, British Airways, Virgin Atlantic, Virgin fly Delhi and Mumbai, they've taken out from Mumbai, then they are coming back again to Mumbai. So instead of tracking or tracing these metro routes, what Air Arabia done was they smartly devised a strategy. Actually, they started from Nagpur. When 7 years ago, they started from Nagpur, okay. And they smartly, adopted a strategy where they are connecting with the non-metro, airports like Jaipur, Coimbatore, for that matter, okay. Goa, so that this West Asia is known for the labor market. So labor market, if I'm a laborer working in Sharjah, and I wouldn't want to take I'm not Mumbai. I may be living in Coimbatore, or maybe in Kozhikode. So it is Kozhikode is going to be closer. So the strategy adopted by Air Arabia is just think different, and keep your face low, because you are targeting largely a labor traffic, and connect all non-metro cities. So as you rightly said, than Emirates or than an Etihad, Air Arabia is like actually all pervasive in the Indian market.
That looks quite fine, but most of the many airlines throughout the world, they are suffering today because of high fuel prices and increased competition. So can you quickly tell us as to what is Air Arabia's financials looking like, and do you think it's a stable airline?
It's a very good question. It's actually for the first year of its operation, 2005, they became break even, and since then it's always maintained its profitability. And very interestingly, usually when it started operations, Indian carriers used to tell that Indian carriers will have to have a complete 5 years of its operation to start international operation. But Air Arabia, within their inception, they started flying to India. So people used to criticize, shouldn't allow Air Arabia to fly to Indian market, because it is actually killing the potential of Indian carriers to fly international. But they actually weeded away all these controversies, and they started flying, and with the kind of a ruthlessly cutting cost, and it is one of the 10 airlines in the world who ruthlessly keeps its cost structure low, like AirAsia. Air Arabia is one among them. So the ruthlessly cutting the cost of operations, and fuel is comparatively, it is like at least 50% cheaper when you compare to Indian stations, and connecting all non-metro stations. All metro airports are airport charges are huge, but in the case of non-metro airports, it won't be that much. And the cost consciousness also kept made Air Arabia to fly high.
And lastly, what do you think? What about its future plans in India? Expansion plans?
Okay, they they have already utilized all of their rights, currently. So they are also keen to get more, traffic rights to fly out of more non-metro stations, as well as now, since they have already stabilized their operations. Now they are looking not just the non-metro stations, but also they're increasing its frequency from the metro stations. Okay. So the moment you get the hold of the market, you want to tap the market which what Emirates is taking away from them. So smartly what they are doing is they are increasing the frequencies on the metro stations, as well as now they are looking to spread their wings on the non-metro stations as well.
Okay, that's all for today, folks. As you heard Sanjay with a very cleverly thought out strategy and an aggressive cost cutting strategy that Air Arabia adopted. It's set for good times ahead. To read more on Sanjay's interview of the group CEO, please log in to www.livemint.com.